and begorra, it's St. Patty's Day. So, happy St. Patty's Day to you all out there. Let me grab the cards and we'll see what the topic of the morning is. Now, while I'm doing that, while I'm getting these out and roughly shuffling them, I did look into a couple of things. Threw the cards on that kid that just created 8 murders in Atlanta, and he has parents said he may have some sexual addiction, and that I did get from the reading that he has got mental problems that were driving him, and that some of the women there that were killed were Korean, and Korean women can get a little brush. We'll just put it that way. They can get a little brusque. So, he was going there, and part of it was he was wound up by Trump as well. He's one of these that were into the Trumpian thing and stuff as well, wound up by the White House and things, and I think it was just all of these things piled up together. He's going there and wanting to make advances, and they're all about business. Somebody said the wrong thing to him, and he got set off, and he thought he was justified in what he did. Okay? He felt he was totally justified in it, and a sad happening. He's got was mental health problems. Okay, doesn't excuse it, but so we'll have to see what comes out on that. Then I did a read on Trump and Pootie, and I think I still have the cards in order there. I'll try to lay those out again and we'll look at it. And he was all up on what they were giving him, okay? At first, there was a woman there, and maybe it's Ivanka, but no, then it hit me. It's Mother Russia. It was Russia. It's Pootie. It's his people there. And he was totally up on it. Totally up on it. So I'll see. I think the cards are still in order. I'll lay them out again, and so maybe we can just go through that real quick. But topic of the morning is we have surrender. Okay. Surrender. So what's coming there? Okay. Veil. And the loving woman. The loving woman. Okay. So, sometimes what I'm getting from this is sometimes the loving woman wants to be involved. She wants to be a doer. She wants to be the giver. But sometimes, we don't see and we don't know exactly what's coming up or what's beyond things. And so sometimes you need to surrender to the process. You can't manipulate it. You can't control it. And there are a lot of things, and more often than not, you'll find along the path that it's a path of surrender. Okay. we've talked about that, issues of people dying and stuff, and you want to do what you can, or, sometimes you want to try to save somebody. Maybe they're into drugs or they're into alcohol, okay? And you want to go out and you want to protect them, you want to save them. But then sometimes when you're trying to protect and you're trying to save, what happens is people, because they're so loving, they wind up aiding that person to continue in their drama, okay? So sometimes you just have to surrender to the universe, and sometimes the people that are, going through the drugs and addictions and these types of things, they need to fall, and they need to fall hard before they'll seek help. Because if you keep trying to help them, then you are sometimes enabling their addictions and their dramas, whatever it is. Now, it doesn't have to necessarily be addictions, but it could be, just enabling people in their nonsense, that they won't go get help. If you're always saying, oh, you poor thing, and you're right, and, then it only sometimes solidifies whatever the drama is that they are into, okay? And it doesn't help them in the long term. It might make them feel better for a time, but they need to, finally step out of the drama and look at it, and, again, which is a difficult process, okay? So this is again about the loving woman, the one that wants to be, so cushy sweet, and I want to save humanity, and, but sometimes you've got to give tough love. The universe is not all about syrupy sweet love. The universe a lot of times is tough love. Now, I don't know if you've ever seen like Caesar, what's his name? Caesar, that works with the dogs, and they take them into the dog pack, and the dogs will, they will work with each other. Sometimes they will have to, discipline them, okay? And it looks really tough, but they're doing what needs to be done, okay? So, it's not always about syrupy, sweet, cushy stuff, okay? It's about, sometimes there needs to be tough love, Like I was talking with somebody the other day, and they were under the impression, well, that Christ or Buddha or any of those, I want to be a loving person, and so I just always want to give love, 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 okay? Because they were all about love, making everybody happy, okay? Well, no. When they needed tough love, like Christ, when he was there, he went in to the temple, threw over the money changers' tables. He was angry, okay? He called the Pharisees there that they were sepulchres of dead bones. You're dead. You don't, what are you doing? So he was not syrupy sweet with everything, That's not the way, the universe works sometimes. And again, we can't manipulate, we can't control everything. We have to surrender, and put it in the hands of the divine is. And that's tough for a lot of people. We want to be able to control it. We don't want to have to surrender anything, But the last point of the path is absolute surrender. It's like Christ on the cross. The day before he was in the Garden of Gethsemane. Remember that? And he was what? Sweating blood. He was terrified of what was to come. You have to be really scared and in turmoil to sweat blood. Okay? He was sweating blood. Okay? But he surrendered to it. He surrendered because he knew that was the way forward. Not an easy thing. You want to surrender to crucifixion? It's not an easy death, okay? It's not an easy transition, but he surrendered to it, you know, and would say, not my will, but yours. But it's not always, you know, he was not always syrupy sweet. Buddhist things are not always syrupy sweet. Like I used the illustration of the, Marpa came and you wanted to have Buddhist teachings, and this person had done black magic, and the teacher made him build a house. If you want it, you're going to build me a house, okay? And he built him a house out of rocks. He's going to, you know, not easy work. Well, the minute he got done building the house, he looks at him and goes, no, I don't want it there. I want it over there. He made him tear it all down and rebuild it. Was it because he was trying to be mean? Okay? That he wasn't just syrupy sweet? Yes, if you want the teacher, I'll just give him to you. Okay? Some people are not ready for it. You know, it's the same thing if you have a child. You don't tell him, oh, I want to ride my bike, and yeah, go ahead and go out and ride out in the street. Not a problem. Okay? Okay, you don't tell him that. Okay? You give tough love and say, you can't ride in the street. You've got to, you know, again, why? It's not always about being syrupy sweet. And sometimes we don't always understand, and we can't see what's beyond that veil. And you want to be, again, a loving person. Okay? And then sometimes it takes surrendering things up to the divine is. You cannot always handle everything yourself. Okay? No matter how much people, and that's the one big thing they want, is to be in control. Okay? They want to be in control. And we cannot control everything. Okay? We have to rely on the divine is, which is at the center of the universe and the center of all happenings. Okay? So anyway, I am going to leave this here, and I hope somebody has gotten something of value from this. So thank you so much for tuning in. Much love and light, and please be safe out there, especially on St. Patrick's Day. I know a lot of people like to go drinking their beer or whatever it is they're doing on St. Patty's Day, but you know, be safe. Okay, be safe. So I'm going to put these cards back out here. I remember, yeah, this is the way they go. Mm-hmm. This was up here. This was here. This was up here, there, and okay. Well, I'm going to figure this out where the cards were exactly at for this reading. And then we're going to go ahead and I'll show you what I had gotten with that. So thanks for tuning in. Much love and light, and we'll see you online.